Good morning, everyone. My name's Dave Mosser. I'm president of Sterman Mosser Incorporated, and I want to welcome you to the west end of Schuylkill County here in Pennsylvania at Sterman Mosser Incorporated Potato Farms. I'm an 8th generation potato grower, and I'd like to take you on a little tour of our facility this morning and show you how we get potatoes from the field to your dinner table. Right behind me is a potato storage. There's about 250 loads of potatoes that are bulk piled on the floor here, and they've been harvested this fall. We store them in here at a consistent temperature around 40 degrees, and we have these conditioned and stored to get ready to wash and process here in our packaging facility. So these potatoes will be washed, sized, sorted, and graded, and then packaged in retail bags that you'll find at your local grocery stores. So go ahead and join us here for the tour, and we'll show you how we do things. This is our washing facility here in Sacramento, Pennsylvania. You can see that the potatoes are entering the wash facility dirty. There's a little bit of soil left in it. Most of that soil we removed prior to storing in the big bin that we showed you when we started the tour. There's a few rocks included, but for the most part relatively soil-free and debris-free. The first step is soil removal if there are any, and then they go into a rock trap here. And the rocks sink to the bottom of the trap, and then they're conveyed out to a rock bunker, and then the potatoes actually float. They float in water, and they float around this flume. So we get a little bit of a cleaning action from the flume. They then travel around the flume up to a dewatering chain, and then from the dewatering chain, they enter into a washing, flatbed washing system. And here we take off any more of the soil. There's scrubbing brushes here that clean the potato. And then we take them potatoes from the washer actually to a sponge drying system where we're eliminating any of the free water that is left on the potato. So this process really gets the potato to the point where any free dirt that's left on the potato, any soil that's maybe stuck in some of the eyes, that all gets removed here and basically ready now to be graded for the first time, sized, sorted, and then getting ready for the final grade here for packaging. Our facility is running off a PLC controller. This PLC controller basically runs the washing facility, the sorting facility, and also the final grading tables that we use prior to going into the packaging machines. And you can see that the entire facility is here on touchscreen control. And here's where we can vary the speed of the different conveyors in the facility based on the conditions, the varieties of the potatoes, the amount of dirt that may or may not be on the potatoes as we're bringing them in. So we're able to vary the facility to meet the conditions, quality of the potatoes, whatever we need to do. It's all done here on this PLC controller. And we have several controllers throughout the facility that we use that different operators can go ahead and come in and adjust speeds, times, and whatever parameters we need to do or to use for the different conditions of the potatoes, as we mentioned earlier. This is the main production floor of the Sterman Mosser Incorporated packaging facility. And here's where we size, grade, and sort potatoes. Today, what you see is the potatoes that came across the wash line are now being sent across our grading system. We've got electronic graders here that are able to look at the quality of the potato actually from the outside and also the inside. So we can x-ray the potatoes to see if there's any disqualifying issues such as hollow heart or any internal blemishes, as well as external blemishes. So here you can see our electronic grader and sorter. This is actually taking a picture of each potato quickly as it moves under a camera system, and that picture is determining the potato's size, and then it distributes that potato into its designated box based on its size. Those boxes will then be taken to one of our 6 production lines and go into that production line in what we call final grade sorting and sizing process, and then hit a retail bag in increments from 1 pound all the way up to 50 pounds based on the customer's size, specifications, and requirements. This area of the facility is the grading, bagging, and packaging area. So we have the potatoes. We've taken them now from dirty in storage. We've washed them, we've sized them, we've graded them for the first time, and now we're grading them for the second time. And this type of grading is not done electronically. We grade our potatoes with our dedicated associates here, and what we talk to them about when they're grading is, what kind of experience would you like when you go home and open a bag of potatoes? How would you like that bag of potatoes to look? And here you can see that they're grading the defects out that they feel that they wouldn't want to have in their pantry or their preparation table at their home. So it's one final grade that we take prior to bagging for our retail customers. From here, the potatoes are graded, and then they travel down to an electronic weigher where the proper increment of weight is weighed electronically, and then that weighment is taken from the weigher into bags. Those bags are then clipped and tied, and from there go to a container bag. We have 2 cases here where one of the containers is a bulk bin. There's 200 5-pound bags in those bins, and then the other container is a paper master container which contains 10 5-pound bags. Those containers are stacked on a pallet, typically 40 per pallet, and then prepared to go on a trailer to then ship to a distribution center for the grocery warehouse. After the potatoes are palletized, they're staged on our loading dock here, getting ready to be shipped to distribution warehouses. So from here, we load them on trailers, we stage them for the deliveries, and we get them to the distribution centers just in time then to be distributed to stores, to the store shelves, and hopefully to your pantries where you're able to make delicious potatoes fresh from the fields here in Pennsylvania. I want to welcome everyone to Keystone Potato Products. Keystone Potato Products is a processing facility that uses off-grade potatoes, potatoes designated for fresh cut and fresh pack as well, to generate dehydrated potato flakes, fresh cut French fries, and other fresh cut diced products, as well as fresh packing similar to what the viewer saw in the Sacramento facility going to retail. Keystone potato product is owned by Sterman Incorporated, the Pennsylvania Cooperative Potato Growers, and over 40 other grower investors across the country. We're here in Keystone Potato in Hegins, Pennsylvania, and we're going to start the tour in the dehydrated potato line. So, similar to Sacramento, potatoes are washed to get the initial field dirt off of the potatoes, give them one simple cleaning, and then they're entered into the dehydrated line. The dehydrated line is a multi-step process in preparing the potato cells of the potato to be dehydrated. First step in the process is steam peeling. Potatoes are steam peeled, and then they're actually knife peeled as well. It gets the final skin off the potato. They're then cut into slices. The slices are then conveyed through the process into a blancher. The potatoes are blanched. They're then cooled, blanched again, and then sent to our dehydrated potato drums, where the water is dehydrated out of the potatoes, and the potatoes are pressed into sheets. The sheets are then ground up, and the potato flakes are being made. And the potato flakes are then created into the different specifications for the different customers. So we can make potato flour, different potato flake specs, for the different kinds of ingredients that we use the potato flakes for. Potato flakes are used in final uses such as pierogies, all the way to mash for potato vodka. This is the fresh cut line at Keystone Potato Products. Here the potatoes are entered into the system, and it goes through a knife peeling process, which potatoes have their skins on when they are entered into the system, but then the knife peeler takes the majority of the skins off the potato. From there, potatoes go into a cutting system, and the cutters basically cut the potato to any kind of spec. So from here we can make French fries, we can make diced potatoes, sliced potatoes, wedges, basically any cut that consumers would like to see in restaurants, or ingredients in potato salad. We can make those kind of cuts here. Here's a view of the diced potatoes. This is actually a 1/4-inch diced potato. These potatoes will be used for ingredients in soups. So these potatoes will go to the soup manufacturer, and they'll cook these potatoes and add them as an ingredient to multiple soups, stews, and other great tasting products. You can see here the potatoes were, we've taken the skin off them, we've diced them into the proper dice, and now the potatoes are being, we convey the potatoes in water. So right now we're dewatering the potatoes, and they're being conveyed into a cooler where we'll chill the potatoes to 38 degrees. After the potatoes have been chilled, they'll then go into the bagging area where they're bagged and then taken to the finished product area, where I can show you the different types of cuts and products that we make here at Keystone Potato Products. This is our finished product cooler for our fresh cut potato products. Here you can see the different types of fresh cut potatoes that we're actually producing, some of which are fresh cut French fries. Here you can see fresh cut potato dices in a vacuum packed, or slices in a vacuum packed potato bag here. Here's another example of some fresh cut French fries. Again, different kinds of cuts, different sizes of cuts. Here's some more slices. Here is a bag of red skin potato dices. So this is just some of the varieties of fresh cut potato products that we cut here at Keystone Potato Products. A lot of the products that we cut here are primarily for food service customers. So a lot of labor is tied in the kitchens, and what we do is take the opportunity to help the chefs out by doing the cutting and the preparation for the potatoes for the chefs at restaurants. So again, these are the different kinds of cuts we do, all the way from fresh cut fries to even the whole peel potato products. At Keystone Potato Products, we also package fresh packed potatoes for retail customers. Same process as Sacramento. We're taking a washed, already graded once potato, size potato. Then we're grading those potatoes and one final grade. And again, same philosophy where you want to grade the potatoes based upon what you'd like to take home to your family. The potatoes are bagged, and then those bags are sent to, in this case, bins. Potato bags are stacked in bins. And those bins are sent, then stacked and then sent to a truck where they're set out, typically on the floor at retailers, so that customers can easily pick up the potatoes out of the bin.